Hey Fit Fam, Coach Rot from Team Flex. Today we're going to be diving into the New York Pro. We're going to look at the wellness division. We're going to talk about the placings, talk about why they landed the way they did, these athletes' physiques, and what it means for you as a wellness competitor at any level. That's exactly what I do on this channel. Go over criteria, tell you tips, tricks, tell you everything you need to know to be your best competitor. So if you haven't been here before, welcome, and please make sure at any point in time you decide I know what the hell I'm talking about, hit that subscribe button. Give me a thumbs up if you're a routine watcher also, and you've been here a while. Give me that thumbs up so we tell the algorithm what is up with bodybuilding. We like bodybuilding. We want to see more bodybuilding. All right, here we go. So here's our lineup. Here is our top four in this sense. This is a call out shot, so I wanted to use the actual shots from the real call outs here at this event. That kind of gives us a better, outlook as to exactly what judges saw on stage on this day and where it lined up. So right here we got Giselle. She's our winner, okay? She's one that we've been looking at in some lineups on recent competitions in this channel. We got Elisa here. She's another one who recently, she just won Pittsburgh Pro. So literally a week ago, taking the win, taking second today here. We got Chen over here in third, and then we have Emily right here in fourth. So if you've been watching the channel, these are some of our top wellness athletes at this time. This is what's been going on and what we've been seeing. Now, right out the gate, a lot of similarities. So wellness division, right? We know wellness is everything from this line down, okay? This is the lower body dominant division. It's the only women's division where you want asymmetry. You literally want to be asymmetrical. You want your lower body to look more dominant. So this means bigger quads, bigger glutes, bigger hamstrings, bigger than everything that's above. However, doesn't mean you want to, ignore the upper body, downsize the upper body. Some people do need to have that, kind of downsizing effect coming to stage because they have too big of an upper body, but you still do need to maintain the shape. So you see all of our athletes here in this call out, they all still do have shoulder development. You can see that very much so. You can still see arm development. You can still see lats, everything else. Lower body, though, is what makes wellness the wellness division, and that's why we have it. So let's talk about these ladies now, because I think it's really interesting to see how Giselle has come here to take the win today, okay? Giselle, if you look at this lineup right out the gate, I'm telling you, she has the smallest shoulders on stage. So this is really interesting to see. She's got a nice rounded effect, really good development here. Overall, great physique, nice taper into the waist. Everything ties in nicely. However, she does have the smallest shoulder development, and I think that's a key here to really pay attention criteria wise for wellness, okay? If we look at Elisa, she's got big shoulders, and keep in mind she just won last weekend, but in this lineup she's got maybe the biggest shoulders right after Chen. So Chen's got very developed shoulders, and even though she still pulls off the overall wellness look, it's the most shoulder development on this stage, okay? Next being Elisa, and again, like I said, Giselle, I think in this lineup has the smallest shoulders. So I'm pretty sure that's a clear message from judges like, hey, that disproportionately dominant look is really what we're after here. If you have the bigger development, if there's an athlete that has the equal development lower body in your lineup with smaller shoulders, that's more of our wellness look. That's more where we want to go, right? So Elisa here, she's very symmetrical in that sense where she's got more of a symmetry look than Giselle does in this lineup. So really, again, I think Giselle just nailed it. Shoulders popping right, lower body is right where it should be. Everybody here in the lower body, very, very comparable. I really think this scoring largely in this front shot came down to that shoulder piece, okay? Because, midsection wise, all these athletes pulling this together nicely. Everybody's got good conditioning. Everybody's in the right spot. Lower body wise, good glute development. Overall, popping in the upper glute, overall glute, everything is there. Quad sweeps are there. All these athletes, really looking at the lower body, point for point, it's got to be pretty identical. I think what it really came down to in this front shot is going to be the shoulder. So if you're a wellness competitor, remember this. Don't overdo your shoulder training. Don't overdo your upper body training, or at least know that, if you don't have that blatant asymmetry in every lineup, then it's going to make a difference, right? Because that's what we're talking about. Now, keep in mind, all these athletes, by the way, are very great examples of the criteria overall. We're talking about the placings and where they they, you know, kind of landed up here and how that could be a differential for you on stage. However, keep in mind, this is our top 4 at a major pro event. This is going to be still something that is very relevant for all athletes out there watching, okay? So here we go again. Back shot now. We get to see Giselle here, right there. We got Elisa here, and it's all the same. Chen out here and Emily over here, okay? So this is really where we get to see now the full picture, the full story. So very interesting to see this here, okay? We can see just how dominant Giselle's lower body is compared to her shoulders here. In the back shot, you almost lose her shoulders all the way. We're like, whoa, okay, no shoulders to look at because they're gone, right? Everything is lower body, and I think that really helps her score these points in this pose because, again, you know, it's a wellness, it's a lower body dominant division. We want to see that dominance, and if when you turn to the back, do your back pose, it's all that we're getting. That's a good sign, right? So for her, I think great. She really pulled off the upper glute look, ties in nicely overall glute. Good tie-in here, okay? This is that three-dimensional pop effect that we're getting. Good quad sweep from the back. Everything lower body is so symmetrical and just ties together really well on Giselle's physique. So I think that's, again, how she pulls it together. Now, looking at Elisa here, very close, too. You know, very, very close. Good glute pop, everything here. Good glute development. I mean, she just won last weekend, we know. So, again, a very winning physique. I think what made the difference was, again, those shoulders for her. And then looking over at Chen, you know, got a good development here, but I think needs a little bit more pop effect to that glute, a little more three-dimensionality, and then her shoulders are very big. So a lot of, you know, symmetry going on there, upper to lower, which I think hinders it. And looking over here at Emily, you know, from the back, I think she just needs some more development, a little bit more in that upper glute, overall glute, and bringing through the tie-in a bit better, right? Looks like she's got really strong hamstrings, doesn't really correlate a lot in the glute, in my opinion, in this shot at least, right? So overall, I think that's what we're looking at. A clear message from judges, again, saying that we've been seeing in a lot of recent reviews I've been doing is that, you know, if you have the really on par symmetrical lower body, like symmetry wise, it's there. You got the glutes, it matches the quads, it matches the hamstrings, it do all of that. And everybody else in the lineup does have that too. That's great. But what's the difference then? It's going to be that shoulder development, right? If you are too symmetrical up top, it could score you down in lineups just like this. And I think that's where we see, because Elisa coming off her win last weekend, coming over here, you know, taking second to Giselle at this point. Giselle's got smaller shoulders. And I think that's a really clear message. Keep that disproportionate look in wellness. Don't ignore the upper body, but keep that disproportion and you're going to favor better. And that happens, again, all the way down the line. Could be your first comp, could be, you know, you're going for the pro card. You could already be a pro. If you can get that look to look that asymmetry and you can still tie together all the muscle groups, you're going to be a winner. All right. So really great lineup. Awesome job, ladies. And again, really all great examples of the criteria. We're talking about placings to go a little more in depth, but that's really where it lines up. Excited to see now where things go from here. If you're new to the channel, please make sure you subscribe. And if you are a watcher and you watch all the time, give me that thumbs up. It really does help me out. All right. Thank you guys for watching. Coach Rye is out.